Hey guys, yep, it's morning, and I'm waking up with another one. It's better for me to record them when they're fresh, because usually by the time I get up and get moving, I've probably processed a million conversations or a million scenarios or dynamics in my life, or just in, what I'm creating. I'm constantly, I have a lot of air in my chart, so I think a lot. And I receive a lot of information. But this time I wanted to, um, something came up. It's not that it came up. I just came out of meditation. And the moment I came out, I just started thinking about every time when I was like at my highest peak of peace and just living my life on my standards and moving in my own energy and just happy about it. Someone who represented chaos always showed up in some way, you know, and um, even more so because I would always share, like I said, like I was always one who would share what I was learning and everything that I was doing, all the new things I was experiencing, hiking and eating healthy and just everything. I would always share it because, I felt like, it would motivate someone else. It would inspire someone else to do the same. Like I always wanted to share the best parts of myself with people. And, but every time I would do that, literally when I'm at my highest, someone would come in that represented chaos. Now, anyone couldn't just come in, it had to be someone who meant something to me. Like I held dear in my heart space that I had on the pedestal in my life. You know, the pedestal I didn't even realize I was I that was existent, and I was putting certain people on. And so this was how they were able to access me and to deter me from my focus on my health and my peace and my mental state and my spiritual stability, and just wanted to disrupt my foundation, the foundation they didn't create. So this message is simply to ask you, who is the chaos agent in your life? Who have you put on a pedestal? Who is it that you're sharing every detail of your life with? I mean, every detail. Because some things should be private. Not everyone is happy for you. Not everyone is in agreement with your evolution. Not everyone is in agreement with your soul's purpose and your calling. And they don't have to be. They don't. But you have to be absolutely sure, absolutely committed to your purpose, to your calling, because people will come with their chaos. You won't even notice. I mean, it's a pattern that happens so much that you don't even notice. It's just like, oh, this is happening again, or that's happening, or something just all of a sudden just popped up, and you're like, oh shoot, because you're sharing too much, because you're giving away those things that are for you only. There are people who know you, who knew you. Well, they probably know you at this point in your journey. For some of you, they know who you are now. They know who you were, and they know how to trigger you. They know how to, um, how do I want to say this? Because a lot of people can't understand. Like they read about witchcraft and they read about um situations where people's energy has been tapped into, access drained, but they don't believe it. They've read about it in the books, in their religious doctrine. They've read about it, but they don't believe it. They don't believe that we are both physical and spiritual. They don't believe that, truly believe that there is a spiritual realm that is existent and that affects us more than the physical. It just shows up in the physical because it has to go through the spiritual first. And so you have to go into the spiritual in order to protect yourself. You, not praying for something outside of you to do that. That is your job. You're the spiritual being, but you don't know that you have the power to do so. And so I'm here to remind you that you have the power to do so. You also have the power to block those who represent chaos in your life. Pay attention to the patterns. Pay attention to who shows up when you're the happiest. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. I don't know what that is. Pay attention to the energies that come around you when you are your freest. Who weren't there when you were working on that freedom? Who weren't there when you were building that trust in yourself? Who wasn't there when you was doing the hard work, dealing with your shadow, learning your shadow so your shadow didn't control you? And if you haven't done that, shadow work is for you. You should learn. You should learn from the things that happened in your past. You should learn from the things that are happening now because they're all tied and we're all one. And so as you start to heal that, as you start to come into alignment with your truth, your I am presence, understanding that the triggers that exist are probably going to still be there, but they get quieter and quieter because they're just the things, the information that was delivered in this lifetime and could potentially have carried over from another. But it's time to heal that. It's time to recognize what it is and serve it its notice. Not 30 days, not 5 days. Give it a now notice right now. How much of your life have you already allowed to pass you by? Have you allowed to dwell in chaos? You don't have to do that. You deserve so much more. You deserve freedom. Okay? You deserve it. So, again, if you need help, we can talk about it. We can talk about it. You can release it. You really can. I can help you master it. I did. Okay? I'm here for you. So if you need me, the link's in the bio. I love you guys. Be blessed.